Okay, let's see. Boot it up. Right on time. uh, Alright. Welcome. Let's see. Okay, cool. How you guys doing? Welcome, everyone. Hello, wow. Hello, everyone. Let's see. Mic on? Mic on. Okay, cool. Hi, Starring Cookie. Welcome. I want to make sure everything's working. I think we're good. Okay, cool. Alright. I can wave to you guys. Hello. Sorry, Cookie, and everyone who's gonna be joining in. Hello. I'll talk about what this is in a bit, but yeah. How are you guys doing? For me, I've been. Hi Dakota. Welcome. I've been just been, well, what's it, like full force, full throttle, just like really just trying to do have as much time as I can to like work on the movie. Probably talk about this in the Toaster Time as well, but briefly, I'm working on Blender, so it's like this is reminding me that I still got to do a lot of stuff for the 3D set in the Derpy movie, but it's really actually coming along really well. I'm actually really pretty proud of it. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I can't really say too much, spoiler-free stuff, or stuff that would be too much spoilery stuff. So, anyway, but welcome. Let's see. Hi everyone, welcome in. Yay. Waiting for the chat to actually appear on my screen as well. There it is. How's it going, Unspinnable? There will be horses in the Derpy movie. There'll be a horse named Derpy and a couple other stuff characters. Yeah. There you go. Hi Ben too. Welcome. There you guys are. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, I've just been trying to work on it for longer hours and within a reasonable amount of time, I guess. I don't know. I feel like, if I did this like 6 or so months ago, I'd probably be working, from noon to, well, I would have other work before then, and then, work from noon to like maybe like 2 a.m. or something really crazy where I like to work really long hours. But now I'm kind of a little more better. Still got Nightmare stuff, so that's kind of for a couple hours, and then about noon to around 6 or 7, 8ish. So it's definitely less hours per day, but I'm trying to still pack in a bunch of work. So there you go. Anyway, welcome. Small Owl, welcome. Gamerlian, hello. Team Eggman, okie dokie. Guess I'm Team Amy. I don't know. Looks cool. Yeah. Team Sonic's always classic. There you go. Amy's got big and cream. Let's see. So I got my horse and I got my references. Let's turn off horse for a bit. So I did edit these a little bit since last time. I'm sure that they're still small stuff. Yeah, it's kind of weird. That's just Blender making it weird looking. There you can see like the back view looks the same. But yeah, I made them, at least I made the forehead the same size, so that'll help a bunch. Let's just have it look at from one view. So I took the hair off to make it a little bit easier to understand, but yeah, if we kind of, that's 3D. Let's see. Let's go back to horse. So the way that I'll probably do this is that I'll probably, well, let's see. I'll probably model it Minecraft style first, and then I like to, we go to this, I was going to call it a spanner, but I guess it's some people. Eyes look like 2 bullet eggs. Yeah. It's probably because there's no pupils. It's the simplified version of the eyes. kind of throws you off. And like, yeah, I'm sure if this was any other character, that wouldn't be an issue. That would be that way. I'm gonna add a subdivision surface modifier. And so what this does is add a procedural operation to the active object, splits the faces into smaller parts, giving a smoother appearance. Beep. So already I was like, I did this like 5 minutes ago, just thinking like, wondering like, what this looks like if I, you know, just put this on, just like with my Minecraft version and see what it looks like. And it's like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. This is perfect. I didn't like really do anything to the model. It's like, it's just kind of already looks good. If I turn this up even more, beep. And there you see, like, you can see all the little squares here. See, these are real squares. If I apply it, I think I have to be outside object mode. And apply it, then it'll actually make every block here be a polygon. But already it's like, whoops, that looks good. That's what I was going for. I was gonna do it the harder way, where, you know, I was gonna make essentially like what each square here, and I was gonna like make each square and kind of move them around. I probably still have to do that to like kind of jimmy with it, but it's like, oh, didn't realize that just really, really simple this can go to something really smooth and actually look kind of what I'm going for. It's like that really looked good. So I think for prosperity, I'll get rid of the modifier, and the two options is right now is to either, I added this weird texture on top just to make it a little bit easier for me to see. Yeah, that looks good a little. Okay. Yeah. This was like not even using the references at all. You can see I was a little bit off in some cases, but yeah, it's already looking good. So the choices are, I can either work from this, or I just start from scratch and I use exactly what I need. Because there are some weird extra bits I can see. So I think I will keep this as prosperity and just call this the Minecraft version. And then hide it, and then I'll just make a new mesh and just start from here. Okay. So we'll just get this, and then I'm just gonna make it real small. And we'll just start from here. Beep. What I'm gonna do is make a loop cut. It's gonna be a whole bunch of specific Blender stuff, as well as art stuff, I guess is probably gonna be all throughout here, so watch out for that. What's summon? I can help you with that. What's summon? Fun spinnable. Let's see. It's gonna start here. And we'll just kind of move it up. Beep. So the fun part is that I can, hi Sasha, remove, box select all these points on this side. I'm gonna delete the faces, or maybe I should delete the vertices. I should do that. Delete the vertices, so that leaves me with 1/2 of a box now. And I can add a modifier, a mirror. Mirror. It's not alphabetical. Mirror. Uh-oh. There it is. There we go. So that automatically chose X because that's the more common one, I believe. Or at least XYZ, alphabetical. If I want it, I can do it the Y way or the Z way, which doesn't seem to be working anyway, so that's why we kind of do it that way. Anyway, this allows me to, I can show you. So I'm only selecting the one on the right with the cursor, and it's able to move both sides. Yay. So, this allows me to only have to worry about one side at a time. So there's little tricks. I've been learning. The last time I did something like this is for a character, I believe, was in high school. So that was in Maya too. So it was a little bit different, kind of a workaround. So most of what I've been doing in Blender have been environments and props and barrels and whatnots. So this will be a little bit different for me. Let's see. Watch other videos. They go spinnable. There's a dude too. Oh, it's just that one. Cool. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I didn't do the face. That's why. Let's see. It's a little bit hard to get everything going here. So we'll get up to here. So this kind of box modeling is really interesting. I know. I feel the same way. Cookie. I feel like there should be something going on here, but alas, I don't think that's I think YouTube or anyone's gonna like it if I just had music going on, especially copyright music. That's gonna be the worst. Oh boy. Hi cartoons. I think there are some. There is like stock music that I can definitely look out for. But I would rather have like my own music playing instead. Yeah. Problem is that there's like so many like fake royalty-free ones. Or even ones that you think is royalty-free, they're more likely to not be. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant. So I would throw more caution to it to say like no thanks. Z beep, and let's grab all of these. Let's see. If small scales in 3D, I'm interested to see learn it too, but I still will stay on 2D stuff for a while. I love 2D. 2D is great. Definitely wouldn't change that, you know, with me. I definitely still appreciate 2D. That's why I'm making my 2D character into 3D. And still, like, making it not realistic or, like, gritty or whatever. That kind of style of making it too realistic. I'm still going to make it cartoony. So don't you worry about that. I was also listening to music earlier, so this is just sawed in the wood with that. About 10 minutes late, but I haven't really done too much. You can already see I made a box. That's about it. Hi, Joker. Let's see. I think YouTube's also not happy with covers, so I can't really just karaoke a song or anything. Ooh, that's actually new. I don't remember doing that before. Grab these and let's get the one at the bottom there. But actually, let's just maybe pull it down. Let's maybe put it maybe like where the ear is, maybe, or maybe like halfway up there. It's like a weird like vectoring kind of style, where it's like trying to. It's usually with vectors, you know, you have curves. Curves are usually a thing that you usually have. You can make an easier way to do that. But 3D, it's more likely that it's literally geometric and polygon based, so it makes it a little bit harder to make these kind of curves that I would like, you know. Why? Why not? Where are we going? I think I need... What do I need? I need... What do I want? I think I just want to move this one in. I need this one. Okay. It's hard to know which one I need here. Probably with this near the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more points around here as I go along. For now, I think this is gonna work out. Kind of just tracing around it, seeing about what do I need. You know, I can always like go in later and what's called re-topologize the all the angles here and all the. I can make like a really high poly, high detailed, high version of this mesh, and then later on I can use a different mesh and say let's put it near the top here, right about here. I can use a different mesh and have that one be a little less detailed version of it. So I'm seeing that I'm going to need more geometry in some places here. Let's see what this one is. That's that one. Let's see what we got. We got a fun box. That's interesting looking. So we'll get in there. Okay. Like if I add a subdivision and see, yeah, already that already makes it way smaller, but much more round. There are some pointy parts. Probably just need more geometry on the original. Which one is it? This one? Yeah, that's. I can see why it's a bit pointy there. Make this go up a little bit. Excuse me. Whoa. Excuse me. Let's see. Snug up on me. So I definitely want definitely want details around where I know like the ear needs to be, and so I need to like think about where the ear holes should be, and then start also thinking about where that can be as well. For like add like 100 different polygons and then realize, whoops, I don't have a hole for the ears. That's not gonna be good. Most of this is just now gonna be kind of flattening this out and probably bring this back a little bit. Probably gonna need another through the middle here. Yep, that's what it is. Trying to align it. There we go. To make it straight down. So I can have probably like near the middle of the eye, thereabouts, about where that is. And then I can lift this up. 3D modeling is generally pretty slow, so I expect this to be either I make this like really high poly somehow, and then later on, maybe like during like after stream, I can re-topologize it or add more details where I need it to make this much smoother. Because right now it's going to be pretty weird. I see what that did. So let's see. So I could probably just drag all of these out. I messed up. Yep. Good thing is knowing how to get yourself out of a hole like that. Something like that. And to line these up. There you go. What I also would like is to maybe see. Some of these dots can be a little bit more rounded. There you go. So it's just kind of just going around and making sure that, as well as it looking good from you know, obviously the side angle and the front view to look good. It's also important to make sure that the mesh itself also looks okay. And if I turn this back on, do we have any weird points or like sort of like real, like a mountain peak kind of a style point? And I still see like maybe at the top, maybe this can be flattened. And see, might need a little bit more there. Again there. Turn that off. And we'll probably need a couple more. How much do we have here? We have not much. Not much geometry going down through here. So might have to knife it down or something. Let's see, what do I want? Let's see how close we are with the front view. I think I want like maybe like one more here. And then just to pull this out just a little bit. Sorry. Sorry, Star. That's not good. Okay, take care. I can start to see, and this can go inward. So that'll create the nose shape. Thank you, Cookie. And I know that, Cookie, you're also on a somewhat of a time crunch in a sense that you got to work on sleep. Alrighty, we got that going. Got the nose sort of going here. Probably need to just make it just in the middle. Probably just want it to be just the middle, to be like this area, just in the center, and then pull this part back out, maybe. That might be a little bit tricky, and I see like her head kind of dips down a little bit. That's not good. Oh, guys, there's a little geometry there. Nope. There you go. And we'll just kind of slide this. I'm trying to straighten it, and it's really harder said than done. Let's see. It's interesting. Thank you, Small Owl. I appreciate it. Let's get these. There's some points down there. Probably need to merge these ones just to make sure I see that that's becoming a triangle. That's gonna be tricky. Yeah, I might have to, because these are too close. So I'm going to merge at last. So I get the 2 points, and I'm going to merge them into 1 point. And the operation is based on the last one that I point to. So I just removed a couple points there. How are we doing? Pretty, see, like out, you can see like a shadow here. So something's wrong with something back here or something. Which way does it want? It probably wants to go pretty flat. So, yeah, there's a lot of micro tweaks and other little stuff gotta fix. But she's so cute, so it's worth the effort. What I wanted to do before I got distracted there was I want this to be in the middle, so I want these points here and these ones to actually be a little bit inward. So like probably like close to her eyeball instead. So this will make it a little bit more round. Something like that. Obviously it's still not super round just because there's not enough information for it to think that it's round. Just kind of going back and forth to make sure everything's still looking okay. That's looking better now. I feel like it kind of gets a little bit flat. Yeah, it's definitely flat in the back. So, fix that. Let's go to the top. I'm now confused. And probably, actually I don't know where I am. So I need to bring those ones in a little bit. Steep curve. Yeah, I would agree. Usually my models again are like making very, very generic and very simplified objects, so they're not trying to be like a, you know, this is like modeling ahead. I mean, it is modeling ahead, so it's kind of, it's a lot more at stake here, you know, than just having like a prop barrel in the background, you know, of a scene. And it's like, whoops, now I gotta add a couple more. I'll straighten this out, so don't you worry about that. And it's straighten it out. There you go. Or not. What? Whoa. Interesting. I guess I was selecting those ones. I want to select these ones. And then... there you go. Okay. And then make that to be straight with that one. And just kind of bring these in just a little bit. Does that really work? That doesn't really... that doesn't add... that doesn't do anything good. Let's see. Where can this go? Very boxy, but I guess that's gonna be fine. Definitely will need a lot more geometry, like on this side of it, just to make sure it doesn't get too flat. So I need do the same thing again of beep, 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 and I can't see. I'll accept it, and then I'll see where I need to go with here. Seems to keep selecting other points. If I ever want to do that. Probably want to take a couple of these, just kind of push these in. So we're slowly making it more rounded, more well-rounded. So I can keep adding points, but I want to go back into my reference to see are we still on track, you know, is everything still looking okay. Of course, the hard part is that I don't have the nose in the front view, and I know that it's just literally just a mouth nose area here that actually protrudes, but whether I have this means that it's a little bit more tricky. So let's just add a couple more loops to, where does it want to do it? It wants to do here. Okay. Just kind of push. Why doesn't that one want to go out? Oh, because it didn't go all the way around to what? Here, here, here. Accept. Oh, that's just literally the mesh in there. Okay. Flatten it out. Okay, so now I got the geometry I want. So I can push this out. Beep. Okay. What I want is another loop between here. And let's kind of have it be, let's have it be the tip of the nose for this one. And then another for the top. And then we'll probably need another one after that, but let's get this going, unless as I go all the way around. Good, okay. Okay. Let's push this out and push this in. Let's just put it all the, let's see, let's push it all the way in. That looking okay. Let's see. Whew. Side view. Looking okay. If I want to just bring, like, whenever I get these to be pretty good, I have to, like, bring these inward to just be how do I do a loop? I want to do a lasso. So I just want, that's not lasso. There it is. So I can get like some of these. Undo these ones, because apparently it went all the way through. So what I want is just to grab and push these in a little bit. So it's really just the near the where the nose is. It's right around where the eyeball starts. So there you go. We're gonna need a couple more loop cuts and a little bit more flattening that out, but that's what we're going for, is that we want it to be a little bit better. So I'm probably gonna need, so that one's there, that goes, let's look at this one, that goes there. Actually pretty long. Thank you. Hello, Pyroscar. I've been modeling a long time. I think one of my first projects, I started with 3ds Max, and that was really fun. And that kind of got hooked on it. I just like 3D modeling because I like to make video games and stuff. Now I realize that it's a little harder nowadays, you know. Can't quite keep up, you know. So, but I'm having fun. Just use my hobby time doing all this. Let me see. Probably I'm gonna really answer that question. Probably be better. I would say it was like 2008 or something, like really long time ago. I was using like a laptop that didn't have that much memory, so it wasn't quite that good. But yeah, it did its job. I did do a couple of school projects actually. I talked about this, that I had a German class in high school that the assignment was to do a final, like, what did you learn in German class, and I was like, oh, you know, he was like, do it as a multimedia, whatever you want, you know, get your friends together and make a video together, whatever kind of way you want to do it. And I was like, I took that as, okay, I'll do it with a 3D animation, because of course that's what you do. So I did a really bad 3D animation job, that video that just didn't quite work out the way that I planned in my mind how it was gonna look. But it was good. good German practice, I guess, if anything, to get that all look good. To learn all that. So, but yeah, I do dabble in 3D. I guess, you know, over time for my projects. I did do some Derpy animations a couple years ago. That's helping. That's like that. Now we're doing it. Now we're cooking. Some of my Derpy animations were actually have some 3D elements in them. So that was a little bit of a precursor, a little bit of a experience to see, like, can I, you know, before I start working on the movie and trying to get that all looking good, is it possible for me to do a 3D animation? Like, what is that? What's it gonna look like? You know. So some of the assets and some of the backgrounds, like I think one of the, actually a lot of the 2019 videos, I want to say, had like at least one element or so that was 3D modeled. I did like vector on top of it, you know, where I did like make 2D. I took the 3D sculpt model, whatever I made of it, whatever the asset was, I went back in and just used Flash to 2D vector it to make it, I guess, to make it look the same same quality, so it doesn't change art style, you know, it doesn't look too weird. But now that I had the like experience for a couple projects to just get my feet wet with 3D again, doing all those projects, I felt confident enough to like go to and just jump into the movie with some 3D assets. So the first one that had 3D assets was Chapter 2 of the movie. That was like the train sequence. There was like 2 shots that were 3D of the whole thing, you know. I was like building it up and it's like, yeah, I'm doing 3D now. And it's like 2 shots of it were actually 3D. I don't know how long that took to make an Animate, but it was a while to get that. So, but yeah, it was really fun. Nice little baby steps to get me back in even more, you know, because it was gonna be like really tough to like jump in and make like the whole city, or even like the project that I'm working on right now with the whole new background and like extremely complex background work that I'm working on. That's not just background, it's also whole bunch of assets and props. So anything, like, I guess that anything that's not a character now is now becoming 3D. So that's been fun. So I've just been working really hard to got cheeks. Working really hard to make that looking as best as I can, you know. I know that's probably not perfect, and I'm sure people are going to say like it looks like a GameCube game, and it's like that's in a sense what I'm going for. Not trying to be hyper realistic or anything for my projects or anything. So take that as a compliment if people think it looks like a video game, because that's kind of my aesthetic that I'm, you know, usually kind of obviously kind of lean and say like that's, you know, as a default or anything. It's just like that was the plan, you know. So right now I'm just trying to see where this can go. I know that there's some weird geometry happening around here, so I'm just trying to smooth it out just a bit and see just me where this can go. It's possible that some of these might need to we need to go back in or reconfigureized. Haven't really thought about the bottom here yet, so it's probably possible that some of these might not be exactly good either. Yeah, just trying to make it smooth as possible for right now, and then because then, you know, I can still like re-topologize it anyway, so, which again is just making sure that this looks okay enough, and then I can go back in and actually start with a new fresh model. That's what I mean. Start with a fresh model and use that as a new base. So yeah. I was looking board for so long in 3D modeling. Sensible in 3D. Looks great. Thank you. It's still pretty rough. I see where there's some little areas here, but thank you. It's probably better if I just kind of move these out a little bit. Again, most of my stuff has been like I made like there was one with I had like a couple. There was like Yeti Cave. Actually, did that one really have much? I don't think that one had much. There was a library one for Mother's Day. Yeah, you probably didn't know because like I was hiding the 3D. So totally understand that I was like kind of like not trying to bamboozle you, but it's like whoops, you know. What you thought was 2D, there were some elements that were 3D. So, that's what I'm saying. There we go. Well, it's looking alright. That's looking what I want. There we go. And if we put that beep on, put it on simple. Can I jack this up anymore? Not really. Well, it kind of adds... So like near the chin, add some little texture there. There you go. I think I'll just need a couple more up here to make it get the top of the head looking good. And then probably fix some of the weirder areas. Probably just smooth it out somehow. And just kind of say like, oops, this one's going inward. And it's possible you can probably see it too using this kind of view, but obviously I'm not gonna be good enough to really see that as an error. I guess whenever it kind of goes inwards, probably there's something going on with here. Let's see. So it's like 2D vectoring, where it's like it's probably always want it to be convex, where like they go outward like this. So yeah, see, like I probably need another loop just around the edge here, so that's not gonna work with my knife. So I have to go in and just add another round of loops. There you go. Let's try another. It's not any of those. Okay, cool. It's trying to make it, unless it's trying to, oh yeah, it's this one. That's what was going on. So I'm trying to make it flat. There you go. How do I cut that other one? That's really weird. Let's kind of bring some of these down. Okay, and so what you definitely want is this one to be up. So we can actually catch that forehead curve. And then just needs to be almost about there. And then it's going to curve down a little bit. I feel like that's kind of a big polygon there. Ooh, I see a triangle. So that's probably bad. I don't know how, like two... There's another one there. I don't know how bad it is to include square or triangles. I always feel like if it could be avoided, I guess. Ooh, here's one. Oh, here we go. Okay. It'd be best to avoid having... I made 2 triangles. Best to avoid those kind of triangles. I know, like, definitely like old school modeling, that's kind of how you model, you know? Like, modeling would be based more on like making like the shape between. So here's like a 1, 2, 3, 4 shape side, and here's 1, 2, 3 to make a triangle. So it's like, but what's the best way to actually model and go around, you know? Is it best to like make the geometry be triangles or squares? And that's always been a hot debate. I think people kind of go back and forth nowadays, as there's less of a real stigma or like real like processing thing to really make it one way or the other. But I think it's just kind of now down to like personal choice to a sense. Obviously, if you have like septicons and octagons and anything in between, stuff like that might be bad. Just because then if you start to like smooth it out, you'll have weirder shapes to deal with, you know, instead of the nice cleaner, because Blender is going to be optimized for whatever the professionals are using for topology. So the way that this is, the algorithms to make this, you know, smooth out might be based on how, you know, how it's using quads instead. So there might be some weird thing going on with the triangles. I think it's okay to have like a couple of triangles here and there, but I would believe that it'd be best to make sure that you have stick to one shape. I would think would be my advice. Let's see. So I think I'm gonna drag this out a little bit. Oops. Drag one of these out. Kind of see where about all these starts to go inward. Oop. Maybe make it pretty smooth of a transition. How am I doing? Good. How you guys doing? Let's see. This can go, let's see. This can go inward a little bit. Make that more of a sharper curve. There you go. So obviously from the side it looks pretty good. From the front, it's pretty flat because I don't think there's much going on between like here and here, so I might kind of jimmy this ever so slightly, bow it out like that to create a little bit more shape to it. Eventually I would also need to start thinking, I probably should have planned that a little bit earlier, if anything. I need to figure out where the eyeballs and other such features should need to be, like the eyeballs and ears need to be, that's just me clicking wrong. need to be configured. It's pretty cute that I have a cheek. I don't know if I want it. Let's probably just drag it out just a little bit. Let's see, so trying to remember, probably can do a little show and tell at the end of this for like towards the time to kind of show off what was 3D in my videos. Because it's I feel like it's pretty hidden. I don't think many people, unless I point it out again, you know, you guys might not actually really notice. Because again, I vector over on top of it, so it doesn't actually, the end result doesn't look 3D, because technically the end result isn't actually, you know, a 3D model. I just use 3D to like, you know, like how some artists like use 3D to like make the environments and just to get like, or like the people who use like models, 3D models to make a model of a character to get a pose right or something. But they're not actually, you know, the end result, like what you're eventually going to see, isn't the 3D model. You're going to see the 2D representation of that pose, of that character, you know. So, stuff like that, I was using it more for, just to get like the right perspective and what does this look like from a different angle, you know. More so than I'm going to make this surfboard and it's gonna be a 3D model and just kind of look weird next to everything else that's 2D. Just gonna drag these guys down. I see I have a triangle here, so that's fun. What I can do is instead I'm gonna dissolve this face real quick. Dissolve edge, and so that removes that. Fortunately, this is a, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're good with that. But I probably need to. Nope, 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 nope. Let's save actually first. There we go. And then knife this all the way down. How far does that go? Actually goes all the way across. Might actually just, I don't know. So I'm just going to remove that triangle by knifing all the way down here. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. And again, this just creates points, so I'm not worried about it being uber perfect right now. But enough just so I can have enough geometry to... Oh, I didn't know you can actually just go through on them. That saves a little bit of time then. Good. And it goes actually across the whole... that's weird. How does this work? So 1, 2. Might actually be better if I clip these into 2, because then it'll be at the bottom, so I don't think there's going to be much. Yeah, I can stop there, and then kind of move this point and this point inward, and I'm going to merge by last. And move this guy back out, and then kind of shimmy these back out. This is pretty flat here, so I can probably move these boys back inward to create a little bit of a lip, I guess, to it. So now it kind of goes inward. So I created that triangle there, so I'm trying to move that. I'm moving this back out. And then, yeah, just kind of... I feel like the beginning, it's good to be perfectly on a grid level, I guess. But I guess as you kind of go, it's kind of comes more free form of where do I want it, or where does this point want to be? Where does this point need to be so I can actually do its duty of showing where the shapes actually go. So it's about the same. I think there's a way to show this a little bit different. I think options. This one? This one. Let's go back here and say. There it is. Med cap and flat. Which one's gonna look goodest? Back face going. Let's see. So what do we got? Let's turn on this again, and now we'll see. Yeah, because I had a couple more geometries up here, that's closer to the forehead there. So if I kind of drag a couple of these guys just up a little bit. I can start to get that forehead shape just a little bit better. Might go in here and like do some proportional editing or something. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good. Get the edges here first. And then see, whoop, I'm going to drag that down. See, some of these are a little bit too far out, so I might just kind of drag them in. I feel like that's a little too high or something's going on here. Now this is a complete mess if you don't know what you're doing or don't know what you're looking at, but there's not too many controls or definitely not too many points to really worry about right now, so it's not too bad. Kind of goes inward a little bit too much, but I guess that's probably going to be fine. What I could do is probably bring that cheek out a little bit. And see right about where that one is. So like small stuff like that, I might want to see right about where. I feel like I might want another point there. That is the point. Okay, cool. Might be good to even have another loop around here. I know there's a lot, but yeah, let's go for it. I feel like there's not enough geometry here to. This can also help with the kind of tell Blender where I would like the sharp points to be. Because I want the nose here to be a sharp angle, you know, to a, I would say to a relative point here. So even though I'm moving like I was pointing, I took a point with my finger. You see like where there's 3 orange points near the bottom? What I'm moving sort of right now is like the upper corner edges that are like a little bit to the top left. So yeah, okay, so I was moving these ones, but I was actually moving these polygons up here by a little bit. So it kind of gets a little bit confusing of what actually am I moving up. So I might want to make these just a little bit. Maybe I should go outward a little bit. That might be fun. And then might want to bring some of these inward. Let's make this one kind of flat with the other one. Or where is that? Because I want it to only be... I want the edge curve. Obviously I got this seam now, I don't want that. So I definitely want to relax pretty much all the way out here. And to just relax it out. Hopefully that's the right one to be able to do that. And I probably want this one and this one to be closer to whatever is the next one. So that's probably like over here. It is not. It's this one. Now does it want to go inward? Let's go outward. It's gonna try and keep these to be somewhat more straight. So I'm just selecting the points and trying to make these more of a make all of these into a more flat line. And so that maybe you should be able to relax this one a bit. So this probably needs to be out more. Actually, probably maybe closer to here. Let's bring it up a little bit. Maybe take some of these and also make sure that these are kind of happy as well. So like see how it's kind of curvy? I want to make that a little bit less. That'll be good. So I was just kind of experimenting. Is what I'm kind of doing right now. I don't really know what I'm doing actually. Just try to see like what actually will make this a little bit more happy. Obviously I have too much geometry, so it's just kind of figuring itself out. And just kind of pulling at it. That's the right time. It's time. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, I just wanted to fix that a little bit. Might have to spend a little bit more time on this. Who knows? There you go. Got a head. It's definitely in a good simplified state there. Got a little lumpy. I think what I'll do is I will clean this up in the meantime. So from now until next week, I'll work on it to make it as best as I can, and then I'll see how far I want to get with it, and then so that by next time on the next stream I'll have this done, and then we can work on another section, like maybe do the body, or because I think the body might be a little, you know, knock on wood, or running out to be easier, but I think just trying to do the head was pretty complex and trying to also compensate for everything. So actually that looks pretty good, all things considered. I just need to relax a couple seams and make it less lumpy, and I think it's not too bad. I think it's pretty okay. It's definitely pretty close to the references. That's important as well. But yeah. Alrighty, let's go to the let's see. Thank you. Let's go to toaster time. Boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop. Okay. I will find... Might have to do it on YouTube because it might actually be a little bit easier. I'll just go to my channel. Type in Y. It doesn't autofill for me. Come on. Let's find some videos. I want videos. I want uploads. It's still showing mine. Live stream is in the middle here. Oh, there we go. Hi Mario, welcome, welcome. Sure you can watch the VOD, you can watch me struggle with a 3D mesh for an hour. Let's see. I'm trying to come up with the first one that I'm trying to find videos that I had 3D elements into them. Would also be fun if I actually just showed the 3D. Let's do the library, and while that's going, maybe I can find a 3D model. Let's do the... Should do the robot? I might be able to find a robot one. Set the video quality pretty low. And then this may or may not work. Bye guys. Let's see. Oh, go away. There's my searches. There you go. So watch that while I file open my stuff here. So this was really fun. This is one of the later ones, I think, but that's not saying too much. It's just a couple videos after I had started learning the Blender to do real stuff, real props and stuff. Let's get going. Let's go get to the robot, please. I'll get some juice here too. There's the robot. So you can see, like, oh, that shouldn't be, you know, that's a cool angle, and it looks perspective-wise perfect just because, you know, it's a 3D model. But if I didn't tell you, you would just think it looks pretty okay, you know what I mean? So stuff like that is what I did as a 3D stuff. So yeah. Let me see. Does this work? Hey, there we go. Okay, and so this is the 3D model of that robot that I just showed you. So you can see that it's got some fancy lights just to kind of show it off a little bit, but this was a couple years ago. Let me hide all the... Actually, I don't even see my... Oh, it's at the bottom here. Turn off some of these. Thank you, Coda. See ya. I wanted to turn off the lights. That's not a light. What? Okay. Well, what's this then? Oh, it's a lamp. I wanted to turn these lamps off. There you go. So yeah, this was made with very, very simple geometry, all things considered. There's not really that much going on here, but yeah, I was able to make something like this, and whoop, what did I do? Able to like rotate it maybe. I don't think that I wasn't smart enough to think about conjoining these and then saying rotate. Yeah, it's not working. I thought I'd be able to rotate this and look like it's rotating the gear, but no. Oh well. It's in a T-pose. I think yeah. Because I knew that I wasn't going to rig this up or like really, you know, and actually animate this version. I knew that I can have it be in a T-pose with the arms, and I knew that I could just have the arms be in a straight pose here, flat perspective, and then in Flash, draw out a circle, and then make that a 2D element. Make this pipe do 2D element, and then rig that up in 2D instead, and then animate it that way. So this was only just for reference, so that I can get like that kind of angle, and it looks like it's a little bit smaller on your screen. Make it like a little bit like something like this, and then like the fax paper comes out. So this is only just for reference, and just make sure that everything, you know, continuity wise can still is always factored in. But yeah, this wasn't meant to be a 3D model in actually rendered this out. This 3D model isn't meant to be seen in the final, but it was just to help to figure things out. So I have a couple of stuff like that where I've done a couple different projects over the years. I'm gonna find some other stuff. Oh, here's the original train. The library was pretty fun. Real quick of this. Let me see if I can get this to be a little larger, so it's about the same size as what I can see. Oh, jeez, it's huge. Huge screen. Let's add it very designed for something here. Hang on. Let's turn the slideshow off. Almost there. There we go. Okay. And so this, let me hop out of the way for you. This is the, do I have a textured? Ooh, that's fancy. This is a library. There's actually no books, because I knew that I'd be adding the books into, with Flash. Might have been better. I don't know. I was always like weirdly like I have to make sure that I have this be as small as a 3D model file I can get it to be, you know, and not have an exorbitant amount of polygons and, you know, all that stuff. But looking at this is like, this is nothing to what I got now, where I have like 1,000 objects and 1,000,000 polygons or something in one of my scenes, all in, you know, in one scene. Like there's that much stuff. So looking at this is like, why didn't I add the books in? Would have been easy to just have like one block and then add an array modifier and have it kind of duplicate over and over. But let me get the YouTube video and find that. What would that look like? Multimedia. Let's go to library, please. So it should look familiar. There you go. Let's see. So yeah, with this kind of perspective stuff, it made it really easy to like make these backgrounds. In a sense, it actually took like a lot longer than I thought, but I can kind of like line this up. You know, I can kind of see it. And so this was the front desk here. And so I just kind of zoom in, kind of align it, and then, yeah, get it kind of close to that one. So that was kind of close there. Anyway, so yeah, I can like line up and like see, like, here's where this all is. Take a screenshot of this, and then go into Flash and manually trace it. So that's what took like a couple weeks. Even though this took probably like a fair week or two. I don't quite remember how much. But I feel like it definitely took longer to actually trace it in Flash and then add all the books in. Because I hand put every book in, you know. So I had to like make one book and then draw the next one and then draw the next one. So, as well as all the regular stuff of adding the props and especially the add colors and everything. Make sure every book was not the same color next to each other so you can see it. But yeah, I can see like how much extra detail I added into the 2D version, you know. Because there's absolutely no texture or colors. There's no colors in a 3D version. So the whole color palette was designed later on. If I did this again, obviously I might just go ahead and just make you know, the whole background in 3D and make that, you know, just do it the same way that I'm doing now with the movie, and have the 2D characters plugged into the 3D environment and have them in this view, in this 3D view, and just kind of place them as a plane and then animate them from there and just kind of make that into a Blender scene and render that out. So, especially when I have this be very flat, makes it more uniform. Oh yeah, I remember why I did it that way, of texturing it and coloring it all in Flash instead of making this look good or making this look 2D or everything. It was because I couldn't figure out how to do the lighting, because you can already see like this weird like depth kind of field going on here with some lights. I wasn't quite comfortable, and especially I couldn't make it look like the 2D version. So maybe I can close this and I can open a different file. That's the chat, sorry. I can close these guys, actually. Oh no, wait a minute, that needs named correctly. Sure, save. And then I will open my train. Is this? Nah, this is the one. I know I can't, you guys can't see it. Forest City. Some of these are older. Like, these aren't the files that they weren't like the working files. Maybe this one. Energy City Steamboat. Can't possibly I use that one, right? Is this it? Train chase, train setup. There we go. Okay, I found a folder. Let's just go with this one. See what this looks like. Does this have animation in it? It's possible. Just trying to load them in. I think the textures aren't working. Some of them. That's okay. Oh, they're loading in. They're loading in. Okay. There we go. Okay. Whoop. So some of these might not work, but yeah, the magenta ones don't work. Let's see. It's really hard to look at. Sorry. This is, I believe, the animation file that I used to animate Chapter 2. So you can already see this big step up with a little bit better geometry with the little train seat here. Actual textures inside of Blender. So this was probably like late 2019 or something. This was a snake, but she's not showing up. I think if I play this... Oh, there she goes. Ooh, it's really slow. Why is it so slow? Might I just have to cache in through all the way through? Probably because all the other characters are going on. This is the camera at the bottom here. So that's what it's going to be looking through. It's probably just really upset that the some of the textures aren't, excuse me, generated here. So that's what I put the textures in a different folder, and so I relocated it. So it's just kind of upset. Got really upset. Okay. Hang on. That might be the end of that then. Oh well. But you get the point that I started to incorporate more of my process inside of Blender. As I went along, that now I'm basically using my 2D art just as just using 2D art just as textures and 2D flats, and just animating the characters inside there just so I can import them into Blender and animate them there. Whereas before it was like, let me make a prop, a robot in 3D, and then recreate it completely in 2D, and then having 2D animated in there. So there's a big difference there. That having more, proportionally more of the pipeline is now shifting into 3D. Is what I like. So yeah. Is any how you guys doing? Do you have any questions or want me to show you anything else? Otherwise I could probably end this stream then for you. Yeah. I think the only other one, let me check to see the YouTube to see how many other ones. I guess I could just give you a list of which ones had 3D, and maybe you guys can guess. So I'll go through it. Let me see. Nice, thank you. Let's see. Okay. I'm looking through my videos. I'm thinking maybe. So definitely, from 3 years ago, at Derpy's Mother's Day, that had the library, the background library in 3D. At Derpy's Father's Day, had the robot, and I think I even modeled the laboratory in 3D. Even though when she goes to Tron, I think that's what's actually all 2D. Ironically. Derpy Bewitchment. The next one. It's possible I might have something in there. I don't think so. Derpy Parent Snap. It might have some images from maybe like the robot or something, but I don't think so. Derpy Sleepover. I mean, these are actually kind of so old I don't remember. I had to like go through them. I'm actually had to watch them. I'm just looking at the thumbnails. Derpy Sleepover, I don't think there was much. Derpy Doppelguler. I don't think so. Let me see if I could just open my folder that had all of them. Better files. That's definitely the surfboard. Surfboard and the later one. Where was that? Oh, Derpy Ebb and Flow. Oh no, my bad. I was looking at the wrong year's Mother's Day. It was actually from 2 years ago. That's why I'm not finding them. Okay. So I was a year off. Okay. A Derpy Library Checkout and a Derpy Robot Repair. Those had them. And then Derpy Ebb and Flow. That one had the surfboard. That was actually 3D modeled. I think I have that there. Oh, also fun. I reused the same surfboard in part 4, where like at the end, like the surfer has a surfboard and then Derpy on a trash can rolls over it. I reused the same model and just kind of maybe tweaked it a little bit and added some texture onto it, 2D texture. And so I'm creating my own weird library of little assets and fun stuff like that so I can reuse. I've been reusing some of my stuff, my own assets, a little bit, especially in the newest 3D scene. I think I reused like a cart from the city. So small little stuff that I have been reusing. I just had to like remember and go, oh yeah, I made a crate or a barrel in this one, and now I need another one. So I best either use the whole thing that has the mesh and texture, and then change the texture if I need to. But usually the mesh is probably good enough that I can probably just use it straight as is, you know. Let's see. Definitely, I got more ambitious as I got going, and a Derpy Bounding Buddy, the one with the jackalope, that was one of my favorites. The jackalope was a 3D model. So was the forest. Hopefully this forest doesn't explode. Ooh, that's fun. So I can show that. just real quick then. So I figured out how to make, should have modifier. Okay, yeah, so it has a modifier. Oh, you can't see it. But I used these two axes on the side here, and it was be able to reuse it over the plane here. So this is actually dynamic that I can kind of play with that. So I was able to like get the camera in the right position and kind of play with that to make the forest look good here. Jackalope, yes, in a sense. I used a Pokemon model, so I'll say that, and then, let's see, Bunnelby, what do I got here? Ooh, it's trying to load in some textures. That's okay. Eep, eep, eep. Let's just go into normal view. So this is the Bunnelby model from like modelresource.com or something, and I then added these lower poly and less good meshes around it. These are some of the pieces that were kind of left over. So I did kind of go around this and did like a side view and like a 3/4 and like a front view. Oh. Yep, there you go. To get like the general silhouette of it. Obviously then I had to still rig it in 2D and go from there. So obviously it's still not using the actual Bunnelby mesh, but I just kind of traced it in 2D and then went from there. So I feel like is that okay? Yeah. Yep. And must be very difficult. Is it difficult to make these? Yes, and super time consuming. That some days even now I'm only able to work on like maybe like 1 or 2 objects per whole day or whole afternoon to evening. I might only be able to work on like a door and like a door frame, and just to make sure that looks good, you know, that could take like the entire day. So then every single asset, like there could be like 100 assets I have to like work through. Then especially on the 3D side, it can take forever. And then once the 3D stuff is, you know, complete, then there's the whole 2D animation. So I still have to like make the Derpy and the snakes animate in 2D and do all the flash animation. That still can take, you know, one shot can take 2 to 3 days, maybe a 5-second 2-character shot. So it'll be like 80 frames worth of animation can take like 2 or so days to really make that look good. So it can take a long. That's why it takes me like 4 or 5 months each episode with the chapters. And it just takes forever. Like it's very, very time consuming to like make sure that everything's looking good. Some of my incompetence kind of goes into it as well, but not that much. It's mostly just like there's just a lot to consider. You know, because I'm doing this on my own, I can't like give this to a background artist and then have them working on this at the same time. Like this is all me, so I want to Bunnelby. This is what I did. I even made the tail. Awesome. Old H. Ooh, there's bones. Check that out. If I go into pose mode, is it set up? Nah, dang. Oh well. Anyway, it just takes forever to make these things. Let's get rid of this plane. There you go. Hide the armature as well. Thank you, Purple Toast. Yeah, it's just a lot of work. Let me see if there's anything. One more fast one, maybe. Anything else I can show you real quick? Anything else you haven't seen? I guess the surfboard. That's pretty quick, because it's literally just this. So yeah, this is when I was just making this just so I can have some reference, so I can have the perspective and have it look good from a whole bunch of angles. I even took like screenshots from like every 10 or so percentage of an angle. So like I would take a snapshot inside it, like literally from inside of here, take a snapshot, snapshot, all the way around and at different angles. Then bring those snapshots into Flash and then carefully with a line tool, you know, like if I can like annotate it and quickly, you know, just kind of go around it and trace around it perfectly. And then use this annotation or the vector version and like color this in, and then now I have a you know, 2D version of it. And then I can play with this inside of 2D, inside of Flash. This is a gross wrong way of explaining this. But I'll be using a different program, and I would trace over it and then use that to then make an asset that's completely doesn't have anything to do with the 3D asset anymore, aside from the fact that it looks the same silhouette, you know. So then it becomes this new 2D asset that I can animate and move that and translate and whatever. So but besides all that, that's about it. Trying to find where my annotations are. And delete it. There we go. So yeah, it's very, very simple. Oh god. Sorry, there's just so many wrong things I'm looking at this. Look at all these points. They don't go anywhere. This point don't connect to anything. Some of these wrong points and edge loops that aren't doing anything. So this was a while ago. But I think this is probably one of the first assets that I made. I did take a break from 3D in a sense. So what I did was I did 3D like in junior high, high school, and then I switched to 2D practically like full-time. 2D full-time with the pony puppets, and then I got like a little bit too confident with my 2D skills. I was like, let's try 3D for a bit. Just for fun, you know, see what you can do with 3D. And that's when this came out, and then I was like, ooh, let's do another one, you know, try to get more and more ambitious with the 3D. And then I made the robot and different backgrounds like library. And then I was like, let's do a big movie, you know. Obviously the 2017 movie came out. They had 2D characters on a 3D background, and I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to make the same thing. See if I can make a big scale, big movie that has 3D environments and 2D characters in it. So that's where the movie came from. It's like trying to make something really big and be able to cross 2.5D kind of style to have best of both worlds of 3D. Able to have cameras moving around, zooming around, and 2D characters with their 2D cartoon appeal, and mesh those together. So, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, and it's been really fun. I'm glad you guys are still on the journey with me, and I'd like to. I always hate saying this because it's always like so sappy, but if you want to support me, even $1 a month, I think I have a link to my Patreon. That's probably the most like consistent way, I guess, you can support me, because it's like every month, you know, you can set that up. The different tiers in Patreon are kind of set up so you can kind of get different rewards based on you get a better reward if you pay more, but don't feel like you have to be one or the other. I think I usually round down, so if you do like $4, then I'll probably round it down to the $1 tier, because then it's like, well, people who then are paying $5 are, you know, are paying it so that they can actually get that $5 reward. Anyway, let's see, so many things up. But yeah, so I share a whole bunch of behind the scenes. There you go. Whoop. So I share a bunch of behind the scenes exclusive content and development screenshots of the movie every week. So that's what my Twitter posts have been. They're always like, check this out, I posted the update. They're always like a screenshot of what I've been working on with the movie. So if you want to be caught up to date and support me in the process as well, that'd be the best way, is to go to patreon.com/Yoshi Greenwater. Link in the description as well, I hope. And you can support from there. Yeah. The screenshots are try to be. It's hard because, you know, showing 1% of something that's supposed to be. Yeah, spoilers are you know, impossible to not have. You know, always gonna have some sort of spoiler, but I do try my best to make sure that they're not like, here's the ending and check it out. You know, it's usually gonna be here's a barrel. Check that out. But they can, yeah, if you put them together, you probably can figure out what's going on. But you know, you got to like do some detective work to actually figure it out. Let me hop over a little bit. Beep beep. Okay, I was getting close to my chat. Hi guys. Think a little bit. There we go. But yeah, it's been fun. I also do a little bit of write-up, so you can hear me do a little talk about it, or write up how the project's going and where I am and where I expect to be, you know, a week or two. So yeah, want to be the first to know like what's going on in Patreon. This is definitely the best way to see that. And I try my best to, you know, I definitely don't post those kind of pictures around, so they're exclusive as I hope they are. So yeah, I think with that, and I think with my vocal throat is not doing great. My throat really hurts, so maybe I'll just take a little break from talking, and I'll dive back into working and catch you guys next week. So I'll fix up the Derpy model with her head, try to make that a little bit better, and then we'll go from there. Probably work on the body next time, and then add little extra bits. Probably the ears probably needs to be added as well. And then once we get the model done, we'll just on a big roadmap, get the model done. We'll have to rig it, which means we have the controls to be able to control how much to add bones and a skeleton, so that the skeletons can move the mesh around, as well as I would like to add some controls so I can move like the eyes and open the mouth, other little small stuff like that, and then we can make up a story. You guys can help me with the story, and then do a little Mad Libs of make a story, choose what characters we want, and then go from there to make an animation. So we're gonna do a whole thing, whole 3D animation. So yeah, hope you guys are excited for that. So yeah, we're just kind of getting started with just making the one with character model, and then go from there. So excited to work on that. This is gonna be a lot of work, but I hope it's hope be a lot of fun. So yeah, come back on next Tuesday, and check out the links in the description if you want to see more socials I got a wiggly arm. Okay, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for coming. So yeah, until next time, thank you guys. Bye. Thank you. Yay.